Hey everybody, today is April 3rd and we are on Boreas Pass Road in Breckenridge. And as you can see, it is an absolutely stunning bluebird day. We are cross-country skiing on Boreas Pass Road, and in a minute, the views are going to open up to something completely unreal. You are just going to be in awe of these views of the 10-mile range. So come and ski with us while we take a little tour up to some fantastic views and talk about what's going on, where we're located on Boreas Pass Road, what's happening, what is coming up for us in the near future, and what's been going on with the housing market here in our area. This is a beautiful spot. Look at these cliffs, and then you can see the mountains coming up in the distance, and here the view just really starts to open. So back in the 1800s, if I am correct, this was the railroad line pathway, and the railroad does not exist anymore up here. So they took it out, and it is now Boreas Pass Road, where cars can drive, people can hike, people can cross-country ski, they can skin, snowshoe, and ride mountain bikes. In the fall, you can see there's a lot of aspen trees. In the fall, this is exquisite. And it's pretty flat. So it's easy if you've got little kids or people with, limited ability for activity. This is a great place that you can recreate and go out for as long as you want and then turn around when you feel up to it. If in the summer you do come up here and the parking lot is packed and you do get a parking spot and you don't want to be on the road, there is the Baker's Tank Trail, and that will take you about 6 miles up to the Baker's Tank. And that's really a nice spot to go and check out. Look it up. So Boreas in Greek mythology is the god of wind. And yes, it does get windy up here. Today is just a stellar day and the winds are really light. So what we're looking at is really the whole Blue River Valley. And we've got everything from Quandary Peak, Mount Helen, to the whole rest of the 10-mile range. And all the way down to Silverthorne, you can really see the mountains. But this is beautiful. It's just absolutely stunning. Just take a moment to just really look at these mountains and how beautiful this land is in this region. So I was saying that Boreas Pass Road, they took the railroad tracks out, and it is a road that is seasonal. They close it in the wintertime around October 15th, maybe the end of October. And it does go all the way to Como, which is a very small town off of Highway 285. And so it's a dirt road. It's great in the fall for leaf peeping. I mean, people drive it in the summertime. It does get a lot of traffic on it, but it is just really beautiful if you don't feel like getting out of your car and stretching your legs or riding your bicycle. But again, you can ski it in the wintertime because you can get past the gate. And then there are some ski huts about 6 miles up the road. And that's something that you need to get on a lottery system and see if you get picked to ski to a hut and spend a couple of days in the backcountry if you wanted. So there's lots of activity that does happen here on Boreas Pass Road. Some of you are new to our channel, and if you like what you see so far, hit the subscribe button and the bell for notifications, and we'll keep you in the know of everything that's happening in the real estate market in the Breckenridge and surrounding areas. For those of you who are a little bit familiar or not familiar with our area, we're looking at the 10-mile range in Breckenridge and Frisco, and you'll see the ski slopes. Forget about the Frisco part. It does go all the way down to Frisco, the 10-mile range, but the ski area consists of Peak 6. There is no residential area at the base of Peak 6. You've got Peak 7, 8, 9, and 10. So what we're looking at is 10 and 9, and then we've got where you can see the highest point. There's like a bowl kind of halfway down. That's Peak 8. That is the most popular area for the ski area. And there's a lot of development below that. Between Peak 9 and Peak 8 is where most of the development is. And we've talked about in our other videos some of the different neighborhoods. So kind of at the base of Peak 8, you have the Shock Hill neighborhood, which is where the gondola has a private stop for the people who live in that neighborhood. Then it goes up to the ski area. About halfway up the gondola area is the neighborhood Shock Hill, and they have a private gondola stop for that neighborhood. There's no reason to get out there because you're going to just be around a bunch of homes. There are no services. And then from there, it goes up to a Peak 7 stop and then over to Peak 8. Then you have Warriors Mark at the base of Peak 9. You've got Blue River. This is the whole Blue River Valley and Breckenridge unincorporated. So you've got, it's very hard to see because these are neighborhoods that are nestled in the trees. And so you've got Blue River nestled in the trees. You've got Spruce Valley Ranch, which is beautiful. We'll need to do a video of that, which is situated by the Tarn Reservoir. And then you go out towards the Continental Divide up Hoosier Pass. So for now, we're just going to take a lovely ski on this beautiful day, and we're going to answer a couple questions and talk to you about the market also. So this in the fall is like a tunnel of yellow leaves. It's really beautiful. It's great for pictures, for like family photos, wedding photos. It's just a great spot. Even in the summer when the leaves are budding. But yes, in the fall, it's a spectacular place. So Like I mentioned, it's April 3rd. A lot of people are thinking about golfing, going to the beach, and doing more summertime activities. But as you can see, it's still winter up here. And the temperature right now is about 46 degrees. But with that sun reflecting off the snow, it feels like it's 60. So it's really a beautiful temperature. And it's not as crowded right now. So that's another thing about spring skiing on the mountain or in the backcountry. So a couple of backcountry tips that we'd like to share with you. If you are into spring skiing, definitely check out the CAIC site for avalanche danger. It's real important that you are educated before you head out to go to make turns in some steep area. Cross-country skiing, right here, you are safe. But if you start getting into terrain where there are steep pitches, you need to know what you're doing and make sure that you are not going out on a time of day where avalanches can be prevalent. The other thing is, this is a great place to get your dog out and off leash. Now, a couple of things I want to say about that. When they open up the road, you want to make sure that your dog is really good off leash, because some people can drive really fast on this road. They really shouldn't be, but they do. So, that's one thing that you do want to make sure that you can call your dog and your dog's going to come to you. The other thing is to pick up your dog's waste. We have a lot of dogs. People around the country have a lot of dogs, and dog waste is becoming a real issue. And, this is where the water supply comes from, on top of the mountains. And so, there is that danger of our water getting contaminated with all the dog waste. So bring a dog bag with you and pack it up, bring it back with you. We'd really appreciate that on our trails and any of the trails that you're really going out on. And please, don't etch your name on our trees. So nationwide, they've been talking about how the market did pick up when the Fed had mentioned they were going to be lowering rates, and they did lower just a tiny bit. But that brought up consumer confidence. It actually has been a really busy winter. Now I'm going to give you the stats for January and February. So we had 198 transactions for January 1st to the end of February of 2024, with a volume of $254 million. Our average square foot price is hovering around $817 per square foot, and our average home price is a little bit over 1.4. Again, this is for all of Summit County. In 2024, our prices increased by 24% for single-family homes. Multifamily, like condos, increased by 5%. And land, interestingly enough, it is winter, saw a 34% decrease. We had 48 properties sell for $1 million or more in those numbers. So what it means is that our area is extremely popular and that it is about lifestyle. It always has been about lifestyle. This is a ski resort primarily. That's what Breckenridge is known for, but also recreating in the Rocky Mountains in the summertime. People have memories of going up to their cabin, and that tradition is still going on. So people are here for lifestyle, whether you live up here full-time or, like most, are second homeowners. And then there are the investors who will own a property where they can short-term rent and then come here sporadically. There's just a lot of consumer confidence out here, and for a good reason. This is a beautiful area, and I'm just so happy that I have lived here for 30 years and that I get to share this with you. So use me as a resource. If you've got questions, let me know what they are. I'd love to address them in the next video or get in touch with you. We can have a phone call and I can share with you my knowledge of the area. It's quite extensive because I do have 30 years here, not just Breckenridge, but working the surrounding areas, including the Vale area. I am now the eldest of 3 generations. I raised a daughter, I have a grandson here, and they live here, and so we get to experience all the joy of having family here. And I want to help you experience that with your friends and family, whether you're here full-time or not, whether you're here just a couple weeks out of the year or you're here a couple of months out of the year. I would love to share my knowledge with you. We've been busy. We have been really busy. It's been great. We've had so many wonderful clients reach out to us, whether to purchase for the first time, whether they own something and it's time for them to close a chapter and begin something new. We've got a great story of a family who bought a property from us. We have a new listing, 208 North Ridge Street in Breckenridge, a beautiful new construction, Victorian style, modern farmhouse over by the gondola, less than 5-minute walk to the gondola. But this family bought a place so that they could come up and ski with their kids on the weekends. And they fell in love with Breckenridge so much that they bought another home, something bigger that they can live in full time. And now we currently have their home listed for sale. It's really absolutely beautiful. Something out of a magazine, comes fully furnished. What else? We have another family who bought a beautiful log home, custom log home that was built in '94 in the West Keystone Ranch, which is really kind of a little bit remote, but not really. And it backs up to national forests. So you feel like you own 1,000 acres. You literally can just walk out your door and do all the activities that we talked about. So that's currently listed in Keystone West Ranch. Beautiful. 95 Astor Court, if you want to look it up. What else? We had another family whose son went to school here, college, got a job, and decided to reside in the Denver area full time. The parents miss their son and they love getting together and skiing with him, so they decided to purchase a townhome where they can do short-term rentals. We had another family, now this is a great story, that their dogs are aging and the current place that they have is not conducive for their dogs. So they decided to upgrade to a place where they can have a walkout yard, and they bought a beautiful home. We're going to be closing on it on Friday. They bought a beautiful townhome that they can short-term rent. It's right off of 4 o'clock ski run. And then in turn, we listed their property, and we've got a young couple who put an offer on it, and they are closing on Friday also. So super excited about this family getting an opportunity to move on with their aging dogs and still stay in the area, and then another young family being able to come in the area. We had another young family that had 2 young girls who were on the ski team and taking ski lessons, the younger one, and it was important for them to be up here every weekend. So instead of renting a hotel, they decided to buy something, and again, that was in the rental zone. So, there are opportunities for short-term rentals for sure. Maybe not as many as there were before when they started, cutting back on the short-term rental applications, but there are opportunities opportunities out there. So don't let anybody tell you that there are no opportunities. There are plenty. You just need a good broker that's going to be keeping her eye out for you. So when something hits the market, you're ready to go. Another family, they bought a condo, a 2-bedroom condo in an area where they cannot rent. But their kids went to the West and they were on the East Coast. They still love skiing, the parents. And so they bought this 2-bedroom condo that's walking distance to Main Street over by Carter Park. So we've had a lot of activity happening this winter and we're very grateful and just really excited to share these opportunities with people so that they can start a new chapter, because that's what it's all about, starting a new chapter and just think about the memories that they are going to create now that they've opened a new door. And for the family that's leaving Keystone Ranch, they're going to open up a new door for another family to have some experiences. They were able to enjoy that, and it was time for them to move on. Let's keep skiing. Okay, well, thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope you enjoyed being up on Boreas Pass Road in beautiful Breckenridge, Colorado, and looking at all the beautiful mountains. And if you've got any comments, leave them below or give me a call if you've got questions, and I'd be happy to chat with you about what I know about the area. And if I don't know the answer, I will find out for you. Have a great day, and thanks for watching. We look forward to helping you find your way home.